Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. Hi, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. This is Ray, and this is another episode of Ray's review of Selling Sunset on Netflix with my girl, Erin. Say hello to the people.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Aunts and Unks. Thank you for having me, as usual.
Thanks for coming. We love it when you come by so we can give our take, our opinion, our purview on these issues that they want to have us talk about on this Selling Sunset. It was quite an episode. Folks telling folks business, and folks can't really get down to the nitty gritty with their business, and business is booming, and business, child. Business. Selling Sunset, season 8, episode 6. You want to dive right on in?
Let's do it.
Dive right on in. So we're still in Joshua Tree, right? And the ladies decided they wanted to see this famous house. And so they go in. This is a little preview, right? It's 18 million, child. Can you believe it, y'all? If you don't know what Joshua Tree is, it's in the middle of nowhere. Nowhere meaning the desert. Is it Death Valley or is it?
No.
Okay, it's near Death Valley though.
It is, yes. It's like people that really it does. Joshua Tree National Park is a very beautiful desert park. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to discount. It's a really neat place. I went there. Some of my hippie friends got married on a rock there. It was a very cool experience that I'm glad I did one time and one time only, because I'm not that kind of roughing it person. But Joshua Tree is outside of Palm Springs, and like you said, it's next to Death Valley. It is you really have to enjoy the desert to want to be here.
And as you can see, the prices are just like Beverly Hills, child. 18 million.
Woo! I'm assuming there's a lot of land that comes with this.
There has to be. I didn't catch it, but there has to be.
Right. Well, I don't think they offered. I think they're trying to make this house look so cool and dynamic because it's a long see-through tube. I mean, it is beautiful, all views. Yeah, that's great. But like, the first question out of my mouth would be, how much land does it have with it for 18 million?
Right, because it just can't be the 5,500 square foot.
Yeah.
So what, like 18 acres?
Yeah, right. I mean,
3-4 acres.
Do I have mineral rights, water right?
Okay.
Tell me what.
Do I get to name my own lanes, or
Yeah,
get to have some rights to some nameage, some signage? I don't know, but yeah,
this to me is an Airbnb. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I spoke over you. I apologize.
No
this is an Airbnb experience for me. This is not a real estate investment.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been there. I've been to California City, which is on the other side of the highway, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But even there, I can kind of tell it's similar in nature, just because it's out in the boondocks. Most people know what boondocks mean, like way out there. So, but like I said, I went to California City, and it was pretty cool. It was nice. So I can imagine, but it is a town. It's not like this is the only property out there. There is a town.
No, absolutely not. No, we stayed at an Airbnb in like a little suburban area. You know what I mean? We were at a 3-bedroom house.
Yeah.
With a jacuzzi. So, you can go more remote and have a luxurious experience here, but like you really are on your own. Like you need to bring a chef, otherwise you're cooking.
Yeah. And what was strange was, I think you mentioned the owners of the home, they were introduced, and the owners mentioned on the show that they actually turned down some buyers because they didn't have the same vision for the house. And I'm thinking, what? And then you mentioned something about what now about these people?
I said they're weird white people. That's what they are. That's what they are. I am qualified.
I
I'm
heard you
putting a
say that. I
stamp.
thought you said it was something else, but okay, I must have heard something else about in my own.
Quirky white people, artistic. No, they're just weird. They're
Just
just
weird.
those weird oh, sorry, excuse me. We've been talking too much about Tamra and her stuff.
Okay.
Weird artistic folks
Are
that
yes.
are art that are that are they are offended by the idea that someone would buy this and not respect what they've built. I know I've seen an interview on these folks because this is kind of a bit of a known house in the area. They just really believe in what they've created, and they have enough money to stick to that. So have at it.
Good
I
luck.
don't want a pool like that in my house. Like I wouldn't want to live with like an open bathtub like that all the time.
I mean, it's very it's just it's odd for this
It's gotta smell like chlorine in there.
it's just to me we need some separation.
Yep.
Everything can't be clumped into this elongated domicile. We need some width added. We need a little, we need some separation because everything just can't be okay. You come into the next room and it's this, coming to the next room is that, coming to the next room is this.
Look how chlorine.
Like it's too much.
Like I bet you the house smells like chlorine. I don't want to get in my pool and see like bits from like the lived-in part of your house and your pool. No.
And they didn't even show the kitchen. Is it next to the pool? I mean, that's not cute. I'm seeing they didn't show the kitchen.
I remember seeing it, but I mean, this is a long hallway of a house, like I said, I would stay here for a long weekend and enjoy the novelty of it because it does lend to a very, very one with the nature experience. But if you ask me if I want to live my everyday life here, no.
Me
not
either.
For 18 million.
I will stay there for a couple of days and I'm out.
Yep.
And give me a helicopter. I ain't kidding. Next. What else is next, child? Who next? Oh, Bree. Yeah, so before we go into Bree, there was a part where Alanna sorry. Let me back up a little bit. There's a part where Nikole was talking a little bit about Emma to Alanna because Alanna wanted to clarify what Nikole had said last night because Alanna was thinking Nikole brought it up in reference to the reputation of the Oppenheim group. But then Nikole said, no, this is totally separate. This is, just some tea I was dropping. So Alanna looked at her like, oh, so you just starting ish like you did before. Like when you was texting and liking posts about being homophobic towards Chrishelle and her partner G. So then Alanna was letting Emma know. Remember, Alanna was letting Emma know that, okay, well, I would rather just go to the source and not bring it to the group. That's why I was saying Alanna got that hussy's number. Alanna don't like Nikole because the second time Nikole then did some mess pertaining to somebody in the office that she didn't like. Remember that?
Yes, I do. I thought this was a very forced scene. I just don't think Nikole would be like even patiently listening to Alanna like urge her to talk to her directly. Like it was just the fakest, dumbest scene to me, period. I'm sorry. This is one of those scenes where I'm like, you guys, I can't suspend my disbelief. Alanna's new. She came off like it felt so acting to me. Like, you need to let them know. Like, that's the best way to like, duh, lady. Like, this was Captain Obvious land. Like, stop it. It really should have been a little bit more natural. Like, if you're gonna talk shit at my group, like, don't. I don't know. It felt, and also, like, do not believe Nikole would even entertain Alanna trying to make her tell anybody anything. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, poor choice of a scene, ladies. Sorry.
You know what? I agree most of it, but I think Nikole is thirsty. I think Nikole
there, I
will
will agree. I'll concede
everything for a scene, child. I don't trust her.
Yes, ma'am. I'll stand amended to your point. I will, and that's why they were in the scene in the first place. So
Girl,
yeah, agreed. Yeah. So yeah, shame on production, but Nikole was game. I will take that.
Dehydrated, child. Okay, next we got Bree. Bree is out here trying to sell her ex-husband Johnny Manziel a house. So he's trying to help him find one because this is the actual listing agent next to him. And so this is a cute little house, you know, it's over there on Fairfax. It's about $4 million. And it's about 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And it's her commission if he was to
no backyard.
Girl, like what?
I mean, folks, this is for those of you that are not anywhere near Southern California, this is literally the reality of what $4 million will get you an upgraded middle class home. That's what it gets you. Yeah, and it's crazy.
And with everything, you're looking at $6 million with everything included, taxes, lights, everything, you know.
Yep. I mean, you better make sure that they have upgraded this house to the hilt because there is not a lot of land.
To the hilt. Hello.
Yep, and you need a lifestyle where you can get around in LA and have a really cute little pad. You know, that's where you drop this kind of money, where it doesn't hurt you. Because if $6 million is like all you got, this is not the area.
You may want to buy her house for 1.8.
Right.
Now, what was funny was how her and her ex were trading insults, little flirty insults back and forth. Oh, how how this and how that. And he's talking about her clothes, she's talking about his clothes and whatnot. Now, the way she's looked, the sun was in her eyes, but she was really captivated because he started to apologize for how he treated her. He was a horrible husband. She couldn't trust him due to infidelity. He, just all around bad husband. And he didn't say he had a baby on her, but I'm pretty sure that may have happened according to him. He was the outside, according to both of them, kind of, because he kind of her.
She's been very public about how bad he cheated on her. He was bad husband.
Now, we looked it up. They divorced in 2001. Her kid is almost 2, if not 2 already. So just think of a timeline there where she gets mixed in with a dude who's having babies every 3 seconds, like contractions. So, one's mind can be really, manipulated into thinking this is a good idea. And again, I'm not trying to shame nobody's lifestyle, but we all know it's really, not the ideal situation when you're trying to raise kids and you're pretty much the primary parent. Me being the primary parent from when my kid was a kid, he's grown now, but just thinking back, you will always want to have 2 parents in the home. That's the ideal. That's ideal because you need that balance. You need, because one person should not have to take the brunt of the time and everything that comes with raising a child, because no child is perfect. There's always going to be some issues going on, whether it's environmental or whether it's in the home. So you always want to have that balance. And I know for a fact she doesn't have that. And I know she wish she did. And the fact that he's apologizing to her and just pretty much giving her what she should have gotten already, it kind of made her feel a little good towards the end of that conversation. Do you agree? Or do you don't?
I think it was nice that her ain't shit ex agreed to come on this show and film a little scene with her. And on top of filming a little scene with her, he admitted on camera to the world that he did her dirty. And honestly, I do think that probably did mean something to her, because I think that the way that their marriage turned out absolutely influenced some of the maybe rash choices she made about how she was going to proceed in some unconventional partnerships, because
Yeah.
she's been bragging about how she doesn't ever want traditional marriage because you get screwed over, kind of thing. So
Hmm.
hey, kudos to you, ma'am, for getting a little public resolution from your dirty doing ex.
And big ups to him for having the
Yeah,
balls to do it, because most men
right.
who participated or orchestrated that type of fuckery wouldn't even think twice to even say anything like that, especially on camera.
Yeah,
So big ups
agreed.
to both of them. He gave her what she needed, I guess. She
Yep.
seemed interesting. And then he got in the car and sped off.
Yep. They have one of those like let's play fight relationships.
I hope that they can really be friends, because they seem to have good chemistry. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Maybe he can be the godfather. Buy the baby gifts. Ooh, what would Nick say, child? I wonder if he has a thing where no man can be around.
I know, right? I wonder what his tolerance level are of other roosters in the hen house, because he sure don't mind having a lot of birds of his own, but
Girl.
none of those beautiful women have ever really challenged him, so I don't know.
Yeah, so that was bringing her ex Johnny, child. Any did I miss anything? That's pretty much it with them. I know for a fact he didn't want that house, so he gonna keep looking. Maybe we'll see him again in another episode. I don't know.
That would be interesting. I'm here for
Okay, next,
that.
I think it's Mary. Yeah, Mary. She got her boobs done, y'all. They
Right?
pretty much what they did. They implode. They needed to be redone. They was old. They imploded.
One exploded, and I don't need to know the details, ladies. I don't know why y'all gotta talk about it, but whatever. I guess it's implant awareness on the show,
Okay. Yeah, because from what I heard, every 10 years they got to be changed. I know that for sure.
That's the recommendation. You should, yeah, that's the recommendation.
Yeah, that's
Everybody's
what
a
they
little
say.
different, and all that stuff, but yes.
Okay, so then she had a couple of visitors. Amanza came through, Chrishelle came through, and then got donuts. You see, she's stuffing her mouth and everything, and little slippers. She's feeling pampered. And then Chrishelle wants to talk to them about Pioneertown, right? And they were like, well, really wasn't nothing much in Pioneertown, but we want to know about Chrishelle. That seems to be the team. So, spill it. But Chrishelle was like, no, I really can't say much still, That's up for Chelsea to say.
Mm-hmm. I hate when people do that. I do. Honestly, I hate it. I hate when people do that. I just,
Ooh.
I mean, I do acknowledge there are some very specific circumstances that everybody uh finds themselves in. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Where you have to do that. And I can acknowledge that this is kind of one of them, but not really. Get out of here. You know what I mean? Like Bree's already free to be flapping her gums, you know? And I get
Okay.
that maybe she's loyalties lie to Chelsea, but like the way she's doing it is stupid. This is stupid. I just no. I hate it when people act like they're not gossips when everybody is. You know what I mean? That's what it gives to me.
Hello. I agree. And then Amanda kind of gives them a little hint about her brokers open that she's going to have. And we're going to get into that a little later after the next scene. But yeah, Amanda, I'm looking at her hair. Was that a wig or was that her hair? Her hair is kind of short or is it long? It's
I
really
don't know. I mean, she's had those fabulous braids the last couple times we have
yeah.
seen her. I don't know. I mean, sometimes all of these ladies go overboard daytime wise, or like at a they all are. Sometimes I'm like, it's too much. I mean, it's always too much, but sometimes it's too much. However, she does have impeccable moments, I have to say.
Yeah, I really like her style.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much almost everybody but Nikole. I don't like Nikole as species.
No,
I don't like
Nikole dresses like Tammy Faye Baker.
Ugh, girl.
Mm-hmm.
So next, I'm sorry, you gonna say something?
No, I was laughing.
Okay. So then next we have Chrishelle. She's meeting up with some guys. They have a really beautiful house. It's 3 bedroom, 3 bath, a little less than 27 square feet, 2,700 square feet. As you can see, now there weren't a lot of photos because they have some issues with the home. Now they do have an impeccable outdoor roof, living space, kitchen, and everything, as you can see. But as she meets and greets them, they let her know that they are already under contract because they had some flooding that they had to repair. There's a whole lot going on. I think they mentioned they were about 2 to 250 in the hole in regards to repairs. And so they're just trying to figure out if the current listing agent is going to continue. Now, from what I remember, the cause of this was most likely the listing agent from leaving the heater on, no, that fireplace thing on, and it caused the heat to cause the heat sensor to go off. And that's why they had flooding in the home from the water damage that was coming from the sprinkler system. Do I have it right? You remember it being that way? Just want to be clear. Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, sorry. I don't know. My microphone went to mute and I wasn't sure. Anyway, sorry. Technical glitch. But yes, you are correct. Your accounting is correct.
Okay. So
I would be hotter than fish grease, as you like to say. Because I would want nothing to do with the agent that ruined my home.
I was gonna use that term. Go ahead.
Well, because it's appropriate, right? Like it is the most. I mean, like literally, I feel terrible for them. What a horrible situation to be in. Because I would want nothing to do with the agent that would be, you know. It's not even like, oh, I hate you because you're just so reckless. It's like, I just want nothing to do with you because you caused so much damage to my personal property. Get away from me.
Girl. We both on the same page because I was going to use that hot as fish grease because I would be considering we gone. I'm
lawyer
trusting my house, and this is how you pretty much repay me by damaging my home. I mean, I may have a little suit against your company or you if you work alone because this was done by you. Now, first of all, you turned it on. You turned it on. That means it was off when you got there. That means we had it on OFF mode. So you put it on ON mode, and now we got the house crying, leaking like it ain't never leaked before. So yeah, I would love to know. Ooh, just to be nosy, I'd love to know what happened if they actually, filed a little claim against that listing agent.
Yeah, they seem to be in a terrible position. I mean, because like I would not even want to do an insurance claim for this. I'd literally want the brokerage to pay for it because I'd be like, this would not have happened had it not been for you, and your job is to sell homes. Like you're supposed to be an expert in the way you handle a home, and you literally were, like I understand accidents happen and all that kind of stuff, but like I would be looking for, I don't know, I just would hope. And I'm sure that everyone's got a bottom line, so that's why these people are in this harsh reality where it's like, I would hope I wouldn't have to still be in this situation. I would hope that the broker would say, I'll give up my commission or, whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But who knows, maybe the minor parts of it. But what we do know is that this house is still in escrow and that the buyer wants to potentially purchase it if they're satisfied with all the repairs.
Right.
So
personally, I wouldn't just for fear of and knowing because there would have to be a certain amount of contingency within that contract, meaning if something were to happen later on found to be due to the previous work done to bring the house back up to speed. It would just be too much of a wear and tear on my brain, thinking what could happen later. Now, even though they did fix it, fine, but I just wouldn't feel comfortable myself. I would move on as the buyer. I wouldn't even, move on. Just based off of what I went through buying this house that I'm in now. There were some contingencies and things that it nothing to that magnitude, but things were fixed, and I haven't been and I've been happy about it because there weren't any chances of it, happening later. So it's just the fact that I know about contingencies and things that need to be straightened out then based off of the issues happening at the time. I just wouldn't want that because you never know what things could happen on the inside of the house later. And water damage is always a potential issue.
I got
to come back again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gemma and I got exposed to toxic mold in like
Sure.
our last condo. Yeah, so once you tell me there's massive water damage, I'm out.
And something like that, girl, no.
I wouldn't buy brand new worrying about water damage, or not brand new, but like I'm not dropping that,
Mm-hmm.
But that was I think that I applaud them for showcasing that situation because I think it was like a weird, quirky little real estate thing that was interesting to at least hear about.
Right. And everybody take heed if you're trying to purchase or if you know somebody, send them this video and let them know. You really need to know about what ifs and what that means for everybody involved, the buyer, seller, listing agent, everybody, because everybody has it can affect everybody, not just the seller.
And make sure you have a freaking checklist. You give your broker a checklist and say, you need to physically look at this list and do everything on it to make sure you close up this house properly.
That part. And if you think it doesn't matter, give it to your broker or your realtor anyway, because you just don't know. It probably does matter. I learned that too. Because I have a pool and there are some questions and it got taken care of because of I had questions. So yeah, ask anyway. Just FYI. What's going on next, child? Who next on the list? Oh, Amanza's brokers open that she kind of brushed into the convo when they were visiting Mary. So this is the house, y'all. Now it was a major flooding, and like I said, flooding and slick roads conditions. But she had the brokers open anyway. And this is the house, 4 bed, 3 bath, 5 bath. That's a nice combo. Okay, this is something we like. A little less than 5,000 square foot. Ooh, 6 million, baby. Ooh, it's cute though. It's cute. It's really cute. I like how she stages it. I like her style. A little less than 174 for her commission. Go ahead, girl. Oh, that bathroom. Oh, it's just so beautiful. It's just so big and spacious. I love a big, spacious bathroom. I don't know about you, but I love a big, spacious bathroom. And the one thing that got me about this bathroom was the faucet and the handle for the tub. I love that. I have that in my bathroom too. I didn't want a regular faucet. I wanted a handheld, can't think about it. Can't think of the word. Handheld thing for not just for the shower, but for the tub too. I think that is so cute, and it's just so different. I like that. And then the outside, it's just so pretty. It's just so comfortable. And then the view is beautiful. If I had 10 million, I think I'd buy this house. This is pretty. Just going back and looking at it. It's really cute. I love that. So yeah, Nanza's there. Amanza. Amanda's there and she's getting her charcuterie and everything together. And because of, like I said, because the weather didn't really, pan out. Um, I think there were like 10, less than 10 other people there besides the Oppenheim group. It was really not a great showing. And Jason mentioned that they should have another brokers open just because of the weather and the amount of people that didn't show up. What was cute was Bree helping Chelsea up the stairs because her skirt was too tight to walk normally
Mm-hmm.
and to walk sideways. And that's a cute little moment. I thought, okay, I think they just may be able to be friends. What do you think about that moment? Do you think there's hope, or that's just for the cameras?
Well, I think when everyone has a few drinks in them, they can be nice and fun. That's why girls like each other so much at the bar, you know? It's why they become best friends in the bathroom. Um, but I mean, I think here's the thing, it's like once you call somebody's family disgusting, you kind of ruin that organic ability for each other to get to know each other. Whereas I think had they maybe not shots fired on such a personal level, they probably could be friends, They do have a little bit of like wickedness in both of them that I think that would be paired well together in a different situation.
Mm, yeah, it's really hard, like when you say certain things, like you said, when you use certain adjectives.
About people's families, about their children.
Right. And it's really none of your business. It's not like, you're
No.
even involved in any of this. It's not like you're a part of the situation. So what you're saying on camera, you probably should have held and kept off
Well,
camera.
yeah, and you really can't expect that person to be able to look at you with enough of an unbiased lens to like befriend you. Like you're basically letting a person know you have no interest in getting to know them on a positive level because you're calling their family disgusting. I mean, you're not leaving the door open for friendship when you start insulting people on that level.
Yeah, and disgusting is a very harsh word to describe some
Yeah,
people. I mean, you can say that's not for me. And I
a
believe
hundred.
Bree would have said fine. She answered it in a good way. It's not for her, of course. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of people will say that, but disgust. And I never forget. Disgusting was the actual word Chelsea
I
used.
She did. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, because I came into this like not seeing the previous season, so they've been showing the clips of Chelsea saying that in the confessional.
Right, right.
Um, no, I mean, I think Chelsea, could have gone as far as to even say I find her lifestyle concerning. She honestly could be like,
Yeah,
I
she could have
don't
said
think
that.
like I don't think the way this is set up is in everyone's best interest. Now, would you expect her to necessarily want to be good friends with you? No, but you could also like genuinely like go, I'm sorry that me being concerned about your situation offended you. You know what I mean? And maybe you could move on.
Right,
But for
right.
you to put some kind of judgment on it to where you are trying to evoke shame in life choices, you're not going to make friends with people. Um, whereas I do think this was a genuine moment where they were kind of buzzed, where they liked each other, you know?
Yeah, and I thought it was really cute, especially with Bree helping Chelsea
Mm-hmm.
instead of the other way around. I just thought it was, I really, I really hope that they can move forward like Chelsea did with Mary. But Bree is such not a girl's girl. Probably won't ever happen, actually.
Well, in a way, and this kind of leads into where we're headed with the final scene of the episode. But like, if Chelsea could look at it like this, where her husband was cheating regardless of whose friend saw it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he's the one that is clearly out and about enough to be seen. Okay? Like, and Bree delivering that news to you would kind of make you both even in the way that you both kind of were made vulnerable in certain uncomfortable ways, but you could in some ways look at it as a completely clean slate. I called your family disgusting. You exposed my husband cheating. We can move forward now, maybe with the agreement like if we do it again, we're going to war. You know what I mean? Like we can either try
That
and be
would be a
friends now, or now we're
perfect
sworn
scene.
enemies.
Girl, you need to be on the writing team because that would have been a perfect scene within this series. I mean, this season, that would have been a
Don't
great
you think?
episode. Girl, yes. And then,
Oh well,
and then it would have been another Chelsea and Christine because Brie is just like
yes,
Christine in a way. In a way.
yes. Well, listen, hopefully there's still time, maybe, but people, and maybe we should move on to those slides because then we can get into that scene more. People,
For sure.
were making influences.
And as we move on to the next scene,
Yes.
we have the three amigas. Look, the three amigas, child.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, Chrishelle, and Emma, respectively, from right to left. They're having another. We got cheer Chelsea up night. Little, little get together, little soiree, child, and they're at Chrishelle's and they're getting things together, waiting on Chelsea to come, and they're meet and greeting. Oh, I really love this short hair with Chelsea. I really love this opposed to the long hair she had last couple of seasons. I really do. Um, they're looking good and they're talking, just really, Chelsea's just really explaining how, and this is the weird part, right? I think we both agree that she still hasn't confronted her husband. It's like she's getting all this sympathy and whatnot on the show and going through the motions. And by now, I would have expected her to have confronted him, and then we have some of that to talk about.
Well, it's just bizarre. Like, no, I haven't. What, you were living like normal people and then you got this news and now you're just continuing to live like normal people? Or he's perfectly accepted that you've like ghosted him, like with children? Like, what? You can't, I mean, like, this vagueness is not doing it, Chelsea. I'm sorry. Like, we already know from TMZ reports and all the gossip blogs and whatever that he was caught being unfaithful. She mentions that they were struggling because she really loved her career and he resented it.
Right.
So we do get a window into where their situation was at, but I do not believe, I feel like I'm being straight up lied to about what exactly is going on at this period in time in her personal life. I get that her marriage is breaking up, but any of the specifics of it, we're not getting, and they're poor, poor explanations.
Girl, talk to the man, let us know so we can have some more to talk about, child.
Yeah, like with this goofy looking dude that was, you were in a happy, healthy marriage, right? Like, you need to tell us. Use this to your advantage. This is your PSA about being the wronged woman.
So what was interesting, look more interesting than that was how Emma brought up, well, how did Brie tell you? Was it more so about something spontaneous or did it sound like it was a little contrived? And then Chelsea started to think like, whoa, I think the news was more of a blow than figuring out exactly what was behind the news because of course anybody getting info about their mate cheating when they're not supposed to have that kind of relationship would be explosive. But then Chelsea started to really mull over as she heard Emma and Chrishelle talking, and as you see, they're going back and forth about how the news was delivered, and pretty much Emma put it in her mind that, well, do you think Brie was genuine or do you think this was some contrived stuff for TV? And then Chelsea was like, well, call the bitch. Call her. Let's figure this. Let's find out because you have a valid point. And it kind of went on from there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That
I
was
mean, it's a valid point, and here's the thing: don't get too hung up on it because it doesn't change the fact that he was out and about and got caught. He's in the
right.
hotel lobby of the W, was a regular there. I mean, give me a break, So, and but at the same time, like, I guess you have every right to find out just how much of an op is she trying to be.
And it's real, interesting that since Nikole brought in that info about Emma, that Emma would be in this conversation. That's a whole, and I'm pretty sure it's going to pan out for episode 7, how Emma is involved in all of this combo and trying to figure out exactly how was this delivered when she may be in a similar situation as per Nikole. But as per Mary and as per Amanza, because they kind of figured it was kind of confirmed by them saying we don't talk about it.
Well, everybody kept going still, so apparently this was some old connection everybody thought she was done with that she's not.
Girl.
Well, I mean, listen, if I were Brie, I'd be going after Emma. It's like you want to bring, tit for tat. This is like basically the choices that you make about what you want to air on TV. Like I said, I wouldn't blame Brie because of the way that Chelsea spoke about her family situation. However, I personally am not a person that I don't like to go digging for stuff. The only way I'd go digging for stuff is like for a defense. Do you know what I mean? Like if my back was up against a wall and I needed to know information to keep my own self safe. I just don't really like the whole, I don't believe in digging for stuff, finding whatever, blah, 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 and I would feel terrible about being the bearer of bad news to destroy a marriage. You know what I mean? I would, especially on a TV show, but if I didn't care about that woman at all because she had said awful things and I've decided I didn't want to be her friend and I wanted to have a dramatic scene on a show, then maybe I would,
I think I'm a little different. I want to know. I just may go digging. I have great PI services. I must admit, I come from a long lineage of of women who have great PI services, and how we deal with things, we've come up on top. So I can only go by what has already transpired and the success rate. So I'm gonna continue. Now, of course, I'm not gonna go, make matters, or make issues where there is none. But if there is something to be investigated, please believe me.
Well, if I had a friend,
services will be open 24 hours, 365.
Well, if I had a friend that said, "Get this," that girl that was talking shit about you, my friend, sees him in his building, or whatever. You know what I mean? And then, I mean, I could see how this happened. I don't think it's that scandalous if she did set the information up. What's scandalous is your husband. And we already know she divorced him for cheating.
Child.
So there's that.
Peace and blessings.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was it, child. That was it. That's all I got. You got anything, Mo?
Nope. Stay tuned.
Like my girl said, stay tuned. We're going to come through later in the week with episode 7. And we only got a few more episodes left for this season 8 of Selling Sunset on Netflix, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. Any last words? Let us know where we can find you.
Thank you for having me on, as always. You can find me on Instagram at psychic_ELB, psychic E, psychic Erin. Hit me up in the DMs if you would like to get a psychic reading, find out what's going to be going on for you in 2025. You can also catch me on Alexandra Rogers' channel on occasion.
Yeah, shout out to the Biffers, those who are listening. Let us know that you're listening, y'all. Put Biffers in the comments. Let us know.
Yes.
And that was pretty much it, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And happy Vlogtober. Bye.